You have NB2 seats on an NA Miata. One thing I noticed with this seat is it sits a little bit higher. So we're gonna take it out. We'll do a foamectomy, I guess is what it's called. And I also want to clean out these seats. I cleaned the passenger one using vinegar, took out all the smell. It had a weird mildew smell. This driver's seat one, I tried hitting it with vinegar a few times. It's still a little bit smelly. Nothing too crazy though. It just smells like an old, how do I explain it? Like an old couch. Makes my clothes smell like it's been sitting in the closet. So we'll take out the seat, we'll disassemble it, do a foamectomy, and then I'll clean the seats with this guy. One of my Miata people told me that that's a good one to take out the smell. So at this point, since we're doing a foamectomy, I'll take out all the leather and then we'll go from there. I think there's only 4 bolts, one on here, 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 and here. I think it's a 14, but let's see. Yep, looks like a 14. This is your first time taking the seats out. This is a good time to clean your carpet. So mine's pretty clean, but yeah. So from here, what you need to do is you need to take out the rails. We need to take this guy out. Basically disassemble the top part of the seat from the bottom part and cut out some foam. And in my case, I'm gonna have to clean out the foam and the leather. So how do we start? I think we should start with we'll start with the pan at the bottom. So when I bought this seat, or the set, I guess, the pan is pretty rusted out. A lot of it is surface rust, so what I did is I sanded it down and I painted it. Basically from here, take the 4 bolts out. So 1, 2, 3, 4 on the rails. You'll need to remove the hog ties. In my case, these are all zip ties. Once those are all out, then we'll have to take out the bolts on the side here, and then we should be able to just disassemble the 2 pieces. Okay, so light a little bit. I forgot these ones. They have these 2 bolts off to the side. You don't need to take this big one out because that's just for the seat belt. Take these 2 and should be able to pop the bottom one off. Let's do that right now. Pay attention to how these wires work, because if it ever comes off, it can get a little tricky. Mine's just being held on by zip ties because I took the whole piece out and basically sanded these down. So A little bit different on mine, but should look fairly similar for you guys. For me, I would have to cut out these zip ties, but for you, you'll have some hog rings. Hog rings, you can use pliers to just kind of pry them open, and they should be good from there. I would suggest replacing them with zip ties just because they hold out really well. So, and they're cheap, and you know, they're not gonna get hit by the sun, so it's not gonna degrade or anything. So fairly easy thing to do. So from here, once we take this out, I think I'll work on the hinges so we can disassemble, and then we'll take out the leather, and then we'll get to the foam. So this is the tricky part. To take this out, there's 2 bolts in here. You have to zip up the leather cover, access the 2 bolts. There's one in here and one in here, and I think there might be one in here. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see. And I think we have to take out this handle to completely disassemble it. I could be wrong. That's why we're recording it, so let's try and take it out. Cool. So there's going to be 2 bolts in here. If you open up the leather cover, took it off on the other side, and then on this side I think it's just this one. This is an 8mm bolt. It's a tiny one, so I'm not sure if you guys would have it, but luckily I did have one. So I'll just take that off, and then we'll remove the back part of the seat. And I think I took a look at the hinges, and it does look like we have to remove that as well to get access to the actual foam. So back part is out. Work on it later. I also noticed that there's some hog rings in between the leather cover and the seat. I need to get in there and remove it with some pliers. And we do have to take this thing out. There's a Phillips over here. There's a bolt underneath right here, and I think there's another bolt right here. And I believe that should be it. We'll see if I need to actually take the handle out. Alright, so we have a 14 mil over here, and another 14 mil over here. Once you take out the Phillips, should be able to kind of wiggle this guy around and see if we can get access to it. Well, my camera died. We have a heat wave right now, so it's really hot in here, but yeah, so I got this bolt out. I just lifted it and was able to put my socket in there. The one right here on the front side is the one that's a little bit tricky because there's really no way to lift it. Oh, there we go. So I guess you can just kind of twist it. So you guys see what I did? So I just lifted it up on this side and then pushed this up, gave us access to this bolt. So, wish I knew that. Now, we can just take this out. I think this has to be the hardest part of it. After this, it's pretty easy. So, should be able to just peel this off. This guy, no, I'm not sure in this one, but I think I have enough that I can get access to the bottom and I can get access to the top. And again, the only reason I'm trying to get access to the top is to clean the foam because it does smell like mold. You can kind of see it's a little bit moldy. I figured out the hog rings. There's just no way to pry it open. You just have to cut it off. There's no room in there to get something inside and pry it open. I attempted to just take the foam off of the plate and If you're just trying to do a foamectomy, really you can work on it from here and just cut things through. But again, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to clean the foam out, so I'm gonna keep working through it. One that goes across here as well. Gotta work through it. I decided to take this piece off because it would be easier. This ring right here, or the grommet that goes in here, you can just pop it out. So I'm assuming we can just slide this off then. Yeah. So from there, should be able to completely take out the leather. It looks like the foam doesn't even have mold in it, so it might just be on the leather. So I might just need to clean out the leather, and then I'll be good to go. Alright, so let's recap real quick. So once you get these two bolts out, these are the holes that are holding this guy. Once you get that out, you can pop the grommet that's normally on this side. This guy. Yeah, you can pop this guy out. It sits right here. Once you pop this one out, you can get the plastic cover. It slides out, and you should be able to get access to all of the hog rings on this foam to take out the leather cover. So the hog rings are along the seams here. There's some in here and in here, and I just end up cutting them. I do plan on using zip ties to put them back together. From here, what I'll do is I'll completely take this thing off of the frame, which it's barely holding on to it. Should be able to just completely remove it. There you go. That guy's out. It's nasty, so this might be a 2-day thing. I'll probably work on sanding this down, cleaning it up, and then I'll do the foamectomy, cut this bottom part out, and clean the leather since it smells like mold and mildew. So yeah, okay, got started with the foamectomy. I have this old shitty metal saw, or hand saw I think it's called. They say you can use a carving knife. I don't know. I'm just trying to cut it down as much as I can. I'm not super tall, but I just want to be able to sit a little bit more inside the seat than on it. So putting you guys on the tripod and gonna keep hammering away. Alright, I'm waiting for the bottom half to dry, but while we're waiting, let's work on this guy. I mean, unless you want to take out some of the padding in the back here, you should be good to go to put everything back together. But for me, I'm trying to clean the leather. I think we'll probably run into the same hog rings that we did, but we'll see. There's 2 zippers in the back that you can access, and once you open that up, I'm sure we'll find out what we're working with here. lot of people would kind of take parts of these down. These foams, you can cut it out. Again, I'm going to keep mine. And one thing that you should know, if you are going to cut it out, you don't really need to keep it clean because the leather actually has some foam on it, so it makes it pretty comfortable. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Now I can get to cleaning these up, get the stink out. I'll get to work on doing that. I don't think you guys need to see, it's just a lot of like spraying and scrubbing. But once I start putting things together, I will record again.